Coming to you live from the San Francisco Bay Area. It's time for Zig in the Zone with Ralph Zig Tycho.
I'm the only Ralph Zig Tycho in Alameda. So easy to find. And in my paranoia the other day, I made a quip. Alameda has ICE agents going through town.
All
They
right.
don't get a lot. They don't get a lot of publicity, and my paranoia is that I'm the other side. I'm a long hair, as are you. As
Yes.
are you.
As I
And
am currently, yes.
yeah, well, I don't mean literally and physically. I mean physically. I mean literally. Our mindset and the way we talk about the existing government.
Right. We
These
were
people,
a threat. We were a threat then. We're a threat now.
right? In some way, just getting the word out there is threatening to a lot of folks, and I revel in it. So, fuck them if they can't take a joke. But we're back. Zig in the Zone. We're into our third year. The producer and co-host is Pauly Brumbaugh. I can't tell you, Pauly, how easy you make this whole experience for me. And anybody out there who's looking for a creative venue of some sort, be it a podcast, a documentary, just that you get the word out there, I suggest that you go to Pauly.
We're gonna have to shorten that just a little bit to make it on my epitaph.
Okay. Well, as long
Here
as
lies Pauly. Please don't piss on his grave. I don't know, something like that.
Hey,
But no,
Pauly,
I appreciate it. No, and I do. One thing I want to say about your past comment about being a long hair, I take that as a compliment. You're right.
that's how I meant it. That's how I
Right,
meant
and
it. Of course.
I wear it and I wear it as a badge of honor, because when you started talking about it, what did I think? I think of the Crosby, Stills, Nash song, "Almost Cut My Hair." And
Yeah.
it was basically a 60s anti-war protest song. And it was about, son, go off to war. Kill yourself some Vietnam people and come back a hero. And
I was thinking about the Vietnam War and what it did for young people, young GIs, for instance. Right. And I was lucky enough to spend the war in California, halfway between Sacramento and San Francisco.
So you were right there on the front lines. Holy
Oh,
shit.
absolutely. If the Viet Cong were on second base at Shea Stadium, I'd have been there.
Yeah.
But actually, it was Candlestick Park at the time, and then became the Oakland Coliseum for me. So my point is, I have nothing to complain about other than
Right.
they disrupted my youth, my young adulthood. They took me out of the city I grew up in, the house, the apartment I lived in, and they involuntarily put me in what turned out to be a pretty good gig in San Francisco, but it wasn't my option. And I missed out on life is 50-50. I missed out on 50% of it because I was in New York and got the other 50% from California. I'm not complaining other than I lost control. And God knows what I would have been if I'd have stayed in New York. Good, bad, and indifferent. Um, Point is, though, once I got out to California, I noticed that there was a somewhat of a weather change. Today, notwithstanding, it's pretty cold in Alameda, but living here in the sunshine isn't bad. It's February. I still have my summer tan that I've maintained for like 55 years. Um, I guess I'm growing a melanoma, but that notwithstanding, it's a good life out here, except we lost, whether or not you went to Vietnam or not, you lost your freedom as a kid and in that war. And it tore apart a lot of families. Um, so, what can I tell you?
All right.
Paulie, are
So
you
a couple things.
there?
I am a couple things. No, I let you. Hey, man, if you're on a roll, let the man go. That's right.
I no,
Currently, go ahead.
I look at it as a ramble, and when I'm rambling too much, you could reel me in, and I wondered if I wasn't doing that now.
No, no, no.
But
You are. I know when this bartender should cut you off. You're fine. Okay.
okay,
So with that said, it is a 50. It is a mild 50 degrees in San Francisco with coastal flooding advisories.
right?
Here in the valley, ooh, it's a crispy 46 degrees. What else do
Well,
we got? Looking at the financial markets, S&P is up, Dow is up, Nasdaq's up, gold is down. Van Morrison is playing at the Palace of Fine Arts, which is nice to know that Van Morrison's still rocking out there.
absolutely, Van the Man.
Van the Man Morrison, Palace
Yes,
of Fine
yes.
Arts.
Hey,
Uh,
Paulie, you had an epiphany that something was going to happen today, yesterday. Can you
well,
tell me
sure.
about that?
It's a little bit different, but I can explain that. That was a good lead in. I'm going to lower my news so we can look at that later. Um, so yesterday I spent part of my evening scanning photos for a memorial that's going to happen this weekend. It's for Wayne Justman, um, cannabis activist, had passed away in the last couple weeks. So we were scanning a whole bunch of his photos for the memorial to show on a like a loop, and we were can't believe the kind of stuff I was scanning yesterday was part of San Francisco history. Um, there was postcards from Harvey Milk and Dennis Perone. There was all these different neat memorabilias. There was even a label from pot that came from the San Francisco Buyers Club, the Cannabis Buyers Club back in
Oh,
the day.
great.
And
Yeah.
so I scanned a label from that. So it was kind of, it made my, the hair stand up on end, so to speak. And so one of the pictures, when I was being handed it to him, they go, "Oh, who's this? This is somebody famous." And I looked, and it's the Reverend Jesse Jackson with this individual, with Wayne Justman. And they're in Washington for the Cannabis March or whatever back in 2000. And so, literally, scanning a picture of Jesse Jackson last night was one of the last things I did. I woke up this morning. The first thing I usually do is I ask my alarm clock, which I can't even say its name because it will just pipe in, start talking in the middle of our podcast. But I asked my alarm clock, go ahead and play today's news, and the first thing it plays is Jesse Jackson passed away.
Yeah, that's sad. Sad in a way. A lot of people disliked him for a lot of different reasons, and he was polarizing. Let's put it that way.
He was polarizing, but here's the thing. There's something you can't deny about the man. He definitely had what the kids now call charisma. He also did multiple things that saved people's lives. Treaties, or it talked out like hostage situations and got people. Was it at Iran the one time? He was really instrumental in getting some of our hostages freed. And so, and he's always been for civil rights. And so that's a battle that still happens today. I'm sorry to say, in our country.
Well, he came along at a time when we had lost the Reverend Martin
Martin
Luther
Luther
King,
King. Yeah, he was there
and
that day, right? So
right, and we also lost Malcolm X. So blacks, as all communities, need good leadership.
right.
And although, as I say, he had a way of pissing people off. Remember, he used the expression "Town," referring to
Oh yeah.
New York.
Right.
New York. So
Right.
that's only 6 million people right there. If you know what if you're going to have an audience, say something that's neutral. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Um, and I can identify with him. He will say what is he would have said, what was on his mind at any time, like my dear old self. So I'm not being overly critical. I'm just being an observer. And like you say, there were things to like, things to dislike.
Right.
Or maybe that was me who said that. Um, anyway, Paulie, this is nice. Let's do a little business so I could shut the fuck up.
Oh Jesus, is that bad already? All right, so we can do that. We can do that. I was adjusting a camera as you were talking, and I was listening. Holy smokes! No matter what camera view we have, boy, it's dirty in this office. Here we go. All right, guys, it is that time. We're gonna do a little bit of business. It's a little bit of peace of mind is what we offer you here in the zone. And please listen and patronize our sponsors. We love them. Here we go, guys. Whether it's criminal defense, estate planning, or civil litigation, the answer is the law offices of Andrew Doja. Call us today at 510-865-1600 or find us on the web at dojalaw.com.
For tenant and landlord disputes, there's no other than the law office of Jeff Canberra. Call now 1-510-865-7369 and don't forget to tell them Zig sent you.
That's right. And hey, you don't have to wait till Tuesday to get in the zone. That's right. You could go follow us on all social media. That's right, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Twitch. Those are the handles. Go. Please like, subscribe, ring that little bell. That way we can hand deliver that next podcast. When it drops in your inbox, you'll be notified. Please go like, subscribe, and follow us. It warms our cockles. All right, here we go. Ziggy, it's your time to tell us what you say.
Well, I want to talk about Head Start, but I want to talk about the ACLU
Sure.
and their importance in expediting court cases that will keep the next election on the up and up, and which will totally eliminate the party that's in force now and solve a bunch of problems. We could get as much as the Senate back. And the thing we have to do is monitor these people who said they already want to control, make the election national.
Right.
Huh. Can you imagine that? Don't vote. We'll vote for you. This is crazy. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen, but groups like the ACLU will save us or not. And I can't think of one group that has done more. I was a fundraiser professionally in the 90s, and I did the ACLU extensively. Normal, which at that time it was only a nightmare that Roe v. Wade wouldn't happen. And look what did years down the road. It was
Right.
eliminated. If that doesn't scare you, and nothing about change and what it's doing and what Trump is contributing to, nothing will. So I just want to say, do support as many people as you can be comfortable in supporting, but limit it to the ones that really matter. And the ACLU matters to me. The books for kids is important with the Head Start program. And box up some lightly used or new books, kids' books, and take them down to the Head Start program in any community you live in. And don't make it ceremonial. Don't have to have anything, but just bring them over. How many people have books that when their kids are raised that sit in the attic?
Right.
And you could really influence a kid's life by giving them something to read, which might just turn into their passion. And I can give you a personal example, the Jackie Robinson story. I did a book report on that for 3 years, 3 different grades.
Right.
It and look at me with baseball, good, bad, or indifferent. I have a passion, and Paulie and I talk to people with passion, and it cheers up our lives. It gets us through a week. And last week we had Matthew DiBase. You pronounce it, Paulie.
Matt DiBiase.
DiBiase. Okay. I've only known this guy 5 years. He's a tremendous human being, a great supporter of Comfortably Zoned, and a terrific author a political scientist. He's the one 5 or 6 years ago that got me to believe that Trump was um, close to Hitler. Not anywhere near, but he was the kind of guy who kept Mein Kampf on his bedside, and he did. So he turned me on to the idea that this guy is really dangerous. When he was elected the first time, I thought, well, Hillary was so bad. The Biden, Obama, Hillary era of war didn't impress me much. And I didn't want Trump elected. But when he got elected, I said, this is going to be good theater. I was wrong. It's not good theater. It's theater. It's theater of the absurd. And that's the way I go. Stop me again from rambling.
I'm gonna let you go once in a while, boy. I'm telling you.
I appreciate that because this is incredibly cathartic to me. And so let me start with some of my gripes about Trump supporters over the years. Do you know women voted for this guy knowing that they were going to lose Roe v. Wade?
Oh yeah,
What was it?
women,
Yeah,
people of women, people of color, even trans or LGBTQ people. This time around, because during his campaign, I want to call it what was it called, the Republican National Convention, he had all these different speakers, including someone to come out for transgender rights, speaking on behalf of the LGBTQ, supporting Trump. And I'm like, where are you getting your information? And
right.
so, yeah, no, that the people that supported him, I think a lot of Trump voters are starting to have buyer's remorse. I that's what so I live in the Central Valley of California, which is a lot different,
A little more conservative than the Bay Area.
way more conservative than the Bay Area. There's a lot more Trump supporters out here. So people go, "Oh, that slows you down when you're on stage. You don't go hard in the paint. You don't go really after the Trumpers." I do. I just do it differently. So
Right.
in the Bay Area, if I start in on Trump, I can start off going, "Hey guys, my name is Paul Brumbaugh. I'm a comedian, blah blah blah," and boom, go right into Trump. What I found works for me out here is if I do that, they instantly shut down and don't want to hear anything I have to say. So what I do is I start off bashing Democrats. And people ask me all the time, are you a Democrat? Oh, you must be a Democrat. No, I'm not. Oh, you're a Republican. No, I'm an American. I think both of our parties have failed us, and they've flip-flopped over the last 20 years. And they're as fucked up as you could possibly be on multiple levels. And so I usually go off giving shit to the Democrats about how they're so woke, that they're politically correct to a fault, that every Karen that you run into is usually Democratic. So I usually will start in and I'll start bashing the Democrats for the shit they do wrong. And people are like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then I'll switch gears and I'll go, yeah, but these jagoffs on the other side. And then I'll start
Right.
on the right. And by the end, everybody kind of realizes that we're all in this shit together. We're all humans. And can't we all just fucking get along? And at least for, my time on stage, can't we all just laugh at ourselves and the stupid shit that's happening? And But
And
at
then
some
go
point,
about your business.
and then go about
Mhm.
your business. But hopefully your business is not rounding up people and deporting 5-year-olds and shooting, U.S. citizens on the streets. So
And or
hopefully my comedy invokes change or inspires change, but I don't go up there going, you need to change this. All this shit sucks. I usually kind of point at all the faults we have, and then I dig in on them. So yeah, it's a different approach. It's way
good,
different.
and it's worked for you. How many years you been doing this, Paulie?
18 and a half. In
Yeah.
November it will be 19. And I
Yeah.
and I and I have the signs of age right here on my face. So yeah, no. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
I
but
want
you
to do
have
more of it.
the signs of wisdom right here, which is much more important than what your face looks like. Um, Speaking of someone off the subject a little bit, we're talking about how one relates to the audience regarding politics. No one was more critical than the government than was George. Am I
Oh yeah.
correct?
Oh yeah.
Yet you never knew which side he was criticizing.
I
If
think
you
he was.
listen,
I think he was uber critical of humankind and people. How we fucked up the planet. How we're fucking each other up. And you're right. He poked sides at both. And
right, and you didn't even know which side he was poking.
well, you knew
And
it when it was happening, but then he could do what I just said, which is flip it on its ear, and then all of a sudden you find yourself rooting for the bad guy or cheering, or you realize he's brought me down a path I didn't realize I was going. And I think a lot of good comedians or even storytellers do that in a way to where comedians have a little trick. They do a little thing where they get you on their side, and they do it in the first few moments or minutes, depending on how long their set is. They get you on their side. A lot of them do.
the
Once
good
they've
ones.
got, yeah, the good ones. Once they've got you on their side, you're willing to walk across hot coals for them. You're willing to follow them anywhere. And so they start leading you down a path, and at some point you find yourself laughing at stuff that's like a guilty pleasure, shit you shouldn't be laughing at. And you find yourself, oh, that's horrible. Oh, but it's so funny. And so George did
Chappelle
that.
is like that.
George did that very well.
Yeah, Chappelle does that to the nth degree, and I respect him, but he doesn't need to go as far as he goes on some topics. That's all. And that's coming from someone who really doesn't have a filter in life or on stage or under the stage. But that's neither there or here. And
Right.
I got to reverse that. Paulie, what's going on in your show bookings out there? In
Well,
the Wally. My grandmother would have said in the Wally.
in the Valley.
Um, yeah, W's and V's were interchangeable
So
growing up.
stuff out here going on. I'm actually as you can see, we have new cameras. We're starting to do more stuff here. But my studio, which I'm glad I'm not showing you my camera view from up above, um, looks like a storage unit at this point.
Uh,
There's no real estate anywhere on the ground. There's no real estate on my desk. Um, I had to make room for my coffee, and so
uh,
that in itself. So we are starting to get here. Um, this is the home studio We are starting to look at places out here where we can build out a space and make it for everyone, like we do San Francisco. And as far as San Francisco, I would really like to see that utilized in the next month or two. Otherwise, I want to start thinking about, I don't know. I want to start thinking about what do I do from here, because I need more people to use that facility. It's a great facility. And it's I'm really proud of my product, which, you've heard me talk about, Zig.
I've seen it. I've seen it in action. It's not just talk. I've seen what you do. Uh, I've, I'm mobile, but I get into the studio every now and again,
Right.
and I see what you have going, and talk to the people that you help, and there are more people that you've helped a lot of folks do this.
Yeah, no, I help people remotely, and which is something I enjoy too. I just watched a video of someone I helped. She's doing videos on Instagram and YouTube about dating in your 60s and above. And she started doing videos just recently that I'm really glad that she's starting to come into her own. I'm glad she's using some of the technology and some of the stuff that she learned from me. And so that's what really excites me. There's another gentleman, which you remember, James Ead, has been
Yes,
continuing his series, and he's been going. He just completed another season of his podcast, and it took him basically 2 seasons with us to be able to produce his own content. That's awesome.
nice,
That's where I like
nice.
to see people at. Um, I like seeing people that want to control their own creative content and do what they need to do. Boy, this rain is sure coming down out here.
It
Telling you.
is in Alameda as well. How are we doing time wise, Foley?
We're doing really well. We're only 32 minutes in, so we're doing good. Let's see what we
Okay.
got. Let's see what we got for news here. See if I can pop up something. Um, that was great. I had pulled up the music for Almost Cut My Hair, and one of the lyrics I love is let me see here. I feel like letting my freak flag fly.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
There you go.
We better talk over this or YouTube will get us.
Oh no, I only turned it on for a second. They
All
won't get
right.
us. If it's 10 seconds or less, they won't get me. So let me see here. We are going to look at some news. I know I had some news. I had it all queued up. Oh, that's weird. So I see that you're so cold out there. It's actually your breathing. Yeah. For a second, I was like, wow, you're taking some big hits out there. But no, it's just the cold.
It's just the cold, and I'm taking some big hits. Don't kid yourself. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
it's what I do. All right. So, yeah, what really I hate is that, like, all of our news has something to do with, Trump, some fallout.
Yeah.
Let me see
He
here.
is really taking.
Robert Duvall passed away yesterday. We had
Yeah,
Jesse
that's it.
Jackson. Let me see here. Looking at some of the stuff. And it's funny. So they either have news about Trump, which is always dark and gloomy, or they put like, what do you want to call it? Throwaway news that doesn't matter at all. So you're stuck either reading something that is mindless or something that has to do with Trump. And it's like, really? Happy
Sometimes you
President's
got to
Day to
get a
Trump,
little reality.
right?
Sometimes you got to get a little reality. And Bondi and Patel and Trump are all in big trouble lately. And
Oh, yeah.
I that should cheer us up. But you know what we need to do? We need to take the codes, the nuclear codes, away from the fucker and not take any chances. I don't think.
It's probably, you're right. It's probably the equivalent of taking grandpa's car keys away.
Right. No question about it. I don't really think that anybody is stupid enough to let him still have those codes, but just in case, they should
Oh,
make it
they're always with them. And so unless he's actually, what is it, the 25th, unless they have actually done the 25th Amendment thing or whatever, no, he's got them. But it takes more than him to, it doesn't it, isn't it like the old movies where they have two guys with keys and they have to do it at the
right,
same time?
right.
So
I would.
I still think there's that failsafe. I don't think
Mm,
when the president pushes the button on the nuclear football, silos open and go off. They get a
mhm.
warning. They get an order that says the president just pushed the button. Now, that's where the thing with what was it, General Kelly or whatever, it was a problem.
Right. You get an order
if you
and it's illegal. What are you
right,
supposed to do?
don't
I
follow it,
know what
right?
you said. There's something called when you go into the service, and I did. They have the military code of justice, and
Yeah,
it's a book,
a code of ethics. Yeah,
right? And it's a book, a little booklet, not so little. You have to really go through it, and um, I don't remember it going through it, but I know what's in there says that if you get an order that is wrong, you don't have to obey. And they're putting Kelly and others through hell. I mean, who pays for those attorneys? Um, but it's going to motivate the guy to run for office. I hope he's got a
right.
story to tell, and he's an astronaut, and he could be a good candidate. Who do you think are the good candidates
What's
to
that?
run? Who do you think are the good candidates to run against
Trump.
him if he comes down to it,
Well, I think
or
they're
to
starting.
run anyway,
Good.
whether he's there or not? Who are the best Democratic candidates? It's early. You could change your mind at any time.
The best Democrats to run against him versus the better Republicans to get his
Uh,
seat.
the best Democrats to win in the next presidential election.
All
Who do you
right,
think? It's not a right or wrong.
right. I would say one is what's her name, Crockett. Crockett's
Right?
one of them. I know that even last night was kind of a first for on Stephen Colbert. They weren't able to interview, and I don't remember what his name is, but he's basically running for governor of Texas,
Yeah,
and
Trump set it up through the FCC
right.
that and if that isn't freedom of speech, what the powers we're losing
Right.
in this at this point. You mentioned Amendment 25. It would be great, except that Vance would still be president.
Right.
And but I'll take him over Trump because Trump is demented as well. And I don't know, but pick a few people you like. I'll pick someone.
Okay. Let me
The
see here.
governor of California, Newsom.
Right. He
He's a
he
good
goes
one.
both ways for me. I think he would
Oh,
be great. I think he'd be great in some
well, I
ways, and
had
other
no
ways he
idea.
would suck. Yeah,
Uh,
you didn't know that he went both ways, huh? Okay, good.
I had no idea, and it really is none of either of our business. God bless the man, and but what else can I tell you?
Um,
That's my candidate. That's one of them,
okay.
or two of them, Kelly and Newsom. And I could appreciate either of them being vice president.
Okay, so when I look at some of the Democrats that have been making the moves lately, um, definitely people like Ocasio, Gavin Newsom, even Kamala, Pete Buttigieg, um, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, um, even Mark Kelly. You know, I could see
Yes.
him run, right? And so I'd rather see Mark Kelly run than Gavin Newsom because I think Gavin Newsom would split up the votes a lot. I think Kelly is someone um, that represents his country well. He has the military background. When you look at someone like Trump, the only background he had was, with reality television.
Oh, not only that, his pageants, that's coming out. He had 18 years of three or four really large pageants where he got
Right.
to be Mr. Perv. And
Right.
that's not going to help him. That's not good publicity. So I really feel good about the end. It will, besides the dementia and the obvious physical stuff he's got going on. I don't think it. I don't think our problem will be that long lasting as a country. Um, my problem is that I'm the same age as the fucker. But what can I tell
Right.
you?
Right.
It's mortality, and you know what?
We
Mortality
and we,
sucks.
and we don't even and we don't even let you push the buttons for the podcast.
Oh, God forbid, let alone nuclear shit.
Right.
Um, they would laugh at me, and I am 10 times more capable cognizantly than he is. And I'm not saying that I'm a goody two shoes, but my morals, your morals, combined with my morals, trump, no pun intended, this fucker incredibly. So, I got to say a lot today, and I like that. But next week we'll have a guest. Oh, and I'll tell you who it is. Listen to
Cool.
this. Frank, pronounce his name for me. Gian,
Giancakis. Giancakis.
Giancakis. His son, who ran High Times, was
Right.
the editor of High Times, got a new job with eh, with Sports Illustrated.
Oh, cool. Right on.
So and he's going to bring him on next week
Oh,
and to
great.
introduce us. So it won't just be me rambling this next week, but I can tell you that it's cathartic as a motherfucker, and both of us have a lot to say. So I'm so pleased to have you, Paulie. Your technical knowledge notwithstanding.
Well, there you go. I appreciate you, buddy, too. And it's always great taking a ride with you in the zone. It kind of keeps me grounded. I know what I'm doing on a Tuesday. I'm able to sit here in my own home studio and watch the rain come down. It's so beautiful outside. I'm looking at the rain coming down on a satellite dish on my roof, and it's just, even that is
Look at
beautiful.
look at what I see out the window. I don't know if that comes through. Yeah, I'm in
It looks like you're fogged out.
yes, kind of fogged, and I enjoy it. You can't see in, I can't see out. There I go.
There you
All
go.
right, I lost the picture. How about
And
that?
we won't tell anybody about that. That way they just don't
No,
know.
no.
So
All right. Hey, thank you, Paulie, for a great show.
no, thank you, Ziggy. I appreciate you guys. Please remember, stay in the zone as long as you can. It is beautiful in here. For myself, Ralphie, we're gonna get out of here. But
Yeah,
thank you.
let me just say what I normally say at the end of a podcast.
Sure, go for it.
I really hope that you will all keep your humor dry, keep your dreams wet, keep your kids out of military, officers, recruiters, and off the laps of clerics who wear dresses. So there you go. Have a great one, everybody.
All right. Until next time, guys. We'll see you in the zone.